What we'll be looking at on the program is the process, the people, and the task which lies ahead of the team President Muhammadu Buhari is putting together. Well, joining me is a four-time Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's been at the Ministry of Interior, Mines and Steel, Defense, and Agriculture. He's a former member of the PDP, but now he's in the APC. Chief Demola Seriki joins us on the program. Thank you so much, Chief Seriki, for joining us on the program.
It's a pleasure.
Let me start by asking, a lot of talks in your party about the ministerial nominees from Oyo State to Sokoto State to Niger State. A lot of people are saying that we do not agree with that person. We do not agree with that person. You've been a nominee, a ministerial nominee, 4 times, or well, about 2 or 3 times anyways. But then, how does it play out when party members or party leaders are not in agreement with the names that the president has put forward for ministers?
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. Well, it's not anything strange. It is normal in a Nigerian context, and you can see that even my own emergence as minister had that degree of turbulence. We went through the same thing, and it's a constant thing in Nigeria, where there is a differential in terms of opinion, in terms of settlement, in terms of tribal issues, all sort of things. They're all indices and parameters will have to be engaged. Well, the president has the final say, regardless. I happened to be from Lagos Central at the time when I was nominated as a minister, and of course, Fashola was then the governor, even though different parties. But you know, the sentiment regarding someone from one state, to me, is rather important. I don't subscribe to it. The Constitution is very clear and lucid that there must be a minister to emerge from every state, who must be an indigene, apart from that of time of President Jonathan, who did not consider it important about indigenship by appointing Olusegun Ganga at that time, because Lagos was used as a bait at that time. Other than that, who must be an indigene? And it's very clear. As long as you're an indigene, you have every right to be minister, and you qualify to be elected as a member of the House of Reps.
That's the basic criteria.
That is the basic criteria.
You must have that.
You must have a qualification to become a member of the House of Reps. For the commissioner at the state level, you must qualify to be a member of the House of Assembly. It is very expressed in the Constitution, and that is incontrovertible. And that is my submission on that.
All right, if you look at the names, some of those people you've worked with, whether when you were in the PDP and now when you're in the APC, but if you look at it, a lot of people are asking for technocrats. But do these people look like the kind of ministers Nigerians need now?
Well, it's still the same thing, same wine in the old bottles, in the new bottles, same old wine in the new bottles. Because if you go through the names, as expressed and as being cleared by the National Assembly, they are more or less like politicians. In Lagos State, Fashola is a politician. He was elected twice in Lagos State. In Ogun State, Kemi, commissioner, she qualifies to be a member of the House of Assembly. She's a politician. Ishitu, in Oyo, politician. He contested before. So we can go on and on the list. Amechi, politician. Audiogbe, politician. So there's hardly any politician you can see at that level to get to that level who is not a technocrat anyway. What does it mean of being a technocrat? A professional. There's no one who has not been able to attend universities or having a baccalaureate degree, a baccalaureate program in his kitty. So being a technocrat, the moment you put yourself forward as a politician or as a nominee to any office, you're a politician. Ngozi Gwala, whatever her name is, she's a politician. Because you can see her at the convention. She was wearing all these boo-boo of PDP at the time, dancing on the stage. She was on the stage with Designing at the time. So the moment you put yourself forward for nomination, you're a politician.
Interesting.
So this issue of technocracy...
So someone like Mr. Kachuku now is now going to be a politician.
Because
at the end of the day,
he's being cleared. Of course, when there's convention of APC, he will attend. He will come.
Invariably.
He will have to mobilize.
But this was a man that we understand that former President Goodluck Jonathan actually penned down his name to for the Ministry of Petroleum Resources.
Let me tell you, there have been 2 constitutions for Kachuku within the time span of 3 months. NNPC, GMD. 60 days later, nominee to be minister. So, think about it. What is there for? He's a politician right now. The moment he will have said, oh, look, I'm not a politician. Let me stay in the pool of technocracy. He's no longer a technocrat, as far as I'm concerned, the moment you put it. Because in his home state, you remember that only a minister in every state. In his home state, when they're having things to do at the national level, he will be part of those that will have to be in touch with. He must be in tandem with his people. He must be in tune with his people. But he must seem to be very popular with his people.
Chief Seriki, let me quickly come in, because these are some of the things that are generating controversy within your party now. Because someone like Mr. Kachiku, who is not being a politician in that sense right from time, because as APC has grown over the years from the merger and all of that, winning elections and all of that. Now, a lot of people are asking, some of these people President Buhari are bringing, for example, Mr. Kachiku will be occupying 2 major roles, GMD and a ministerial position. Now, a lot of people will be saying, these are positions that some of us who have worked in Delta State should have had opportunity of taking. Do you think that that decision is right?
Unfortunately, APC is not in control in Delta State. Kachiku is from
Delta State. But a lot of people have worked hard in Delta State.
Well, the people in Delta State, APC Delta State, will have to work with them.
Either they like it or not.
There's no way, because everything comes down to him. And Mr. President has not made any assertion or position known to the public that is going to be the GMD cum Minister of State Petroleum, or even any portfolio for that matter. You may be surprised, the man may even take him to Interior or police or anything. I don't know why this public
that would be interesting.
Exactly.
That would be interesting.
It's not limited to that position. You are serving at the pleasure of Mr. President, and that is standard, and that is the convention. That is what Mr. President has as part of his own purview, as part of his power. He's been empowered to nominate anybody who wishes to serve, and then to take you to any ministry.
We understand that a lot of lists were coming up. We know that a lot of lists were flying here and there. Leaders of the party were submitting names. With all of these that happened, we understand some of the things that went on, the politicking that went around. Do you think this list actually satisfy a leader in your party, someone like Asiwaju Tinubu? Does this list satisfy him?
Well, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we all respect, and he worked very hard in putting APC together. He was a huge instrument, an accessory, in particular a tool to put this party at this level and to put the party in a good state and produce president. I don't know his mindset to say that if he's not happy. I see BRF Fashola as his son, and as a result, I don't think any of these idea or insinuation will have to have any meaning. I think we're all up in Lagos State that Fashola is
even with the so-called rancor that we understand, the undercurrents between both of
that is a perception of some enemies, of some people.
Is it a perception issue?
It's a perception. It's a perception.
It's not real. Really? Chief Seriki, you think
look, I can tell you that Governor Bola Tinubu at the time made a publication that it has nothing to do with those people who are trying to put some blemishes to attach to Fashola's name. He's chicken out. He has said it. That is very clear. I don't think we need to dwell on this again, because he has made his position known that he's not one of those people that will have to put his name in a blemish, that he's not one of those people that will put him in a state of adversity. And as a card-carrying member of APC, just like Kachiku too, Kachiku must be a card-carrying member to be nominated, because it's so clear in the Constitution. So that goes back to what I was saying the other time. I wanted to make that point known, and I have to let the public and the viewers to be fully aware that anyone who is nominated as a minister must be a card-carrying member, because it says you must qualify to be a member of the House of Representatives. And to be a member of the House of Representatives, you must be a card-carrying member of any registered party by INEC.
It doesn't have to be the party in which you're being nominated.
No, it doesn't have to.
It might even be, Kachiku might even be a member of the PDP.
Accord or anything, yes.
Interesting.
Exactly.
All right, let's look at this man, for example. A lot of people have been talking about where exactly will this man fit in. We have loads of, their CVs are very intimidating. Chief Audu Ogbe, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, Dr. Kade Fayemi, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola. Loads of potentials that yet will be unraveled in that cabinet. But if you look at it, you've sat at the Federal Executive Council meeting several years and you understand just how it looks. If you look at this man sitting at the center, President Muhammadu Buhari, what kind of team do you think these guys will be? Well,
it's really a formidable team. I'm impressed by the list. You know, the things that I'm tired of hearing that, I'm going up with technocrats, because I don't see anybody who's putting himself forward as a nominee and say I'm a technocrat. The names are very good. They're very profound. Audu Ogbe, if you remember, Saraki's father was the leader of the Senate in 1982 when he became minister. I was just out of university then. I was a young boy as well at the time. That was about 33 years ago. So, and Audu Ogbe put himself forward as a minister now before his son, Senate president. That's interesting. That equates to what we had under President Yar'Adua. We had Ekaite, who was a retired SGF, and who was about 70 at the time. We had Ridwan Lukman, may say rest in peace, late.
The Prime Minister for Petroleum.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at those lists, you always have elder statesmen. Sometimes, you know,
within the fold,
yeah. So when matters become very, very tight, people you run to, they're full of wisdom. I think in the profound wisdom of President Muhammadu Buhari, he has done that right. We need elders. You know, we need elders to be at the table, in the chamber. And the chamber will have to be with complete and profound wisdom. And Fashola, of course, he has a profound CV. He's very credential. Anybody who's governor of Lagos State is the second largest economy after Nigeria in the entire West Africa. So as a governor of Lagos State, you have seen like a prime minister, president of any country within this region, sub-region of West Africa. So he's heavily, and you know, perception-wise, he's a very, very popular governor. You know, I mean, while he was there, he was a good governor.
He had a very popular speech too at the Senate.
Well, you know,
he had it trending all over the internet.
They were enjoying,
especially the one that had to do with the issue of loyalty.
It was, yes. He spoke
you think he's a very loyal politician?
His response was apt.
You are from the same state. You think he's a very loyal politician in Lagos?
He is.
To the leader of your party?
Yes, he is. He is.
Really?
Of course.